So what is abstraction in Java? Can anybody tell?
No, I forget all the things.
Okay. So abstraction is basically hiding the implementation details. See, this is abstraction, right? What is abstraction? Hiding implementation details. So guys, have you all got people messaging that they not get the email? So maybe they are not checking the
No,
yeah,
we got email.
and showing only the functionality. So what's example for this? Let me take a very famous example. So example is that when we go to the ATM, we just follow some instructions like first we put out the pin, 4-digit pin, and there I give the pin 1234, and then after it asks us that account type, so we put up saving account and then we are able to withdraw, right? So we are just seeing the UI part, we are not aware about the what scenes are going behind, like where is this server located, from where it's getting the data, if the sufficient balance is available or not, right? So where the what is the IP address for that server, and what programming languages that is being used. So if suppose tomorrow programming language is getting changed, then the end user doesn't need to care about that because UI part will be same, right? So whatever behind the scenes happen, we don't know about that. So this is abstractions, we just are able to see the we implementation, and we can follow the UI, but we don't know the details, right? So this is the abstractions. So in Java we can apply abstraction using two ways. One is the abstract class and second one is the interface, right? So I am talking about abstract class first. So just I will write some rules and I will ask you guys to note down those rules, right? So that if you'll note down, then it will be very beneficiary to you, because this abstraction versus interface and abstraction, what is abstract class, what are interface, this is the very famous interview questions asked from these topics. Okay, so a class declared using abstract keyword, right, is abstract class. So just declare this class as abstract. So how can I do it? I will declare this abstract, right? So this is the abstract class. A class which is declared using abstract keyword is abstract class. Second is abstract class have constructors, may have constructors, right? So abstract class have constructor, right? So if someone asks what is the difference between abstract class and interface, so interface doesn't have constructor while abstract class has. Let's make the constructors to verify. Okay, so this one is the constructor. Okay, third one is abstract class can have, may or may not have abstract methods, right? So this is not mandatory that you have to define the abstract method inside abstract class. You can have that abstract method or you cannot have that abstract method, right? So may or may not have abstract method, may or may abstract, and here I will write non-abstract. This is common rule to both of them, right? Non-abstract. What is non-abstract method? A method, normal method is a non-abstract method. So I can have this abstract method, support abstract void m1. Suppose this is the abstract method. Here you have to write abstract method doesn't have body, right? Abstract method doesn't have body. We just declare the abstract method, but abstract method does not have any body, right? So abstract void m1, abstract void m2, right? And we can have non-abstract method as well. So let's make a non-abstract method inside this abstract class, void m3, right? And we provide some data to it, method m3 inside abstract class, right? Okay, so this is the rule of abstract method class. And another important rule, rule 5, is that we cannot instantiate, or you can say create object for abstract class, right? You cannot create an object for abstract class. If you are going to create object for this class, you will not able to do that. Let's try to create object for this class. abs abstract main, okay, and main method, I will check the main method and I will try to create object for this class. Just copy class name, and here I will try to make object for it. Obj is equal to new. See the error, cannot instantiate the type abstract class because this one is the abstract class. So you cannot create the object for this abstract class. So how can you create object? First you have to implement all abstract methods, right, inside a different class. I will extend this class inside a different class, and I will provide the implementation for these methods. And once I will provide implementation for this class, then I will be able to create the object for it, not this class, for in which class I will provide the implementation for it. Let's give an implementation class for it, maybe abstract, the class name abstract class, right? What you can give impl, just impl means this class is implementing this one, right? Now I will extend this and implement all these two methods, okay, and then I will create object for that class. Okay, so how can I implement? Just extend that class, extends. so that these methods will be present inside that class. Now see the error. The type abstract class implementation must be implement the inherited abstract method which is present inside this abstract class, right? So until you don't provide the implementation, this class will remain as abstract just because those abstract methods are present inside this class. When I will extend this class, this abstract method will be present inside this class through inheritance, right? Inheritance extends all the methods present inside that class, right? So this is the, if I don't want to provide implementation, then I have to declare this class as abstract too, right? So I have to declare if I don't want to provide implementation, because this class have the abstract methods coming from the inheritance, right? So but I will provide the implementation, add unimplemented method, and you can see void m1. Here I will give message method m1 inside class, right? I will copy this message and paste to m2 for the m2. Right, you can see this at the rate override notation. What it means, it means that this method is present inside parent, right? This one is the child class because it's extending this class, right? So this one is the child class. If I remove this, there will be no error, but this is not mandatory to have this method present inside parent, right? But now this is mandatory to have this method present inside the parent, right? So at the rate override notation means that you are overriding a method, and if you are overriding, this simply means this is present inside parent, right? So this is about at the rate override, and this one is the, so all the three methods are present over here, right? This is also present, but I am not going to override it, right? So by default, whatever parent is providing the implementation, the child class is satisfied with that class, so I am not going to modify it, right? So this is same. Okay, now I can make the object for this abstract class implementation. All three methods I have called, right? Can see that method m1 inside abstract class implementation class, m2 inside implementing class, and this is present inside, this one is the non-abstract method inside the parent class, which is the abstract class. So abstract class have that method present. People ask, can I make this abstract as final? Can I do this? Okay, can I do this? Can I write this final? No. Why? What this final means? Can I make this method final? Yeah, I can make it final. But why not? I cannot make the abstract methods final, because if you will make this final, right, so this will be coming inside this class, right? And you will not be able to provide the implementation for that abstract method. So if you're not able to provide the implementation for abstract method, how can you create the object until you provide implementation for all the methods? Suppose here I provide the implementation for only method m1, right? m1 is abstract method inside this class, right? And m2 is also abstract method inside class. I have provided implementation for M1 and I'm not providing implementation for M2, then it will ask me whether declare this class as abstract, because this has M2 method present through inheritance, right? And M2 method is the abstract method, whether you should declare this class as abstract, otherwise provide the implementation for it, right? So same thing I have to do, I will provide the implementation for it, I will not going to declare it as abstract, right? But if you want to do this, so what you have to do, just declare it as abstract and implement this inside a different class, right? Here I'll make this abstract. Okay, so this error will be gone, because okay, you have provided implementation for one method and you have declared this class as abstract, so M2 will be abstract, you can implement M2 inside other class, right? So just remove it. Okay, and I will provide implementation for this method. Okay, so you can see that abstract class can have non-abstract and abstract method both. Anybody has any question related to it? Sometime people ask, can I make it private? If you will make it private, this method will be not be accessed to different class, and then if not accessed, then how can you provide implementation? So Java have some set of rules that if you have to perform something, you cannot restrict, right? If I have to perform the implementation for it, I cannot restrict it to do that, right? Anybody has any questions in abstract class? Everybody get it?
Yeah, we are getting, but we need to relook this video one more time
Where are,
for better
oh, okay.
understanding.
No, you
It's understandable only, but still we need to understand more.
You can explain it short again because in start I missed it. I joined late.
okay. So abstract class is the class which is declared using abstract keyword here. So why abstract class? Just because of you want to perform the abstraction. What is abstraction? Hiding the implementation details and showing only the functionality, right? So just you go to the ATM, you are able to access all the things, you have knowledge about UI part. Suppose this programming language is going to be changed in future, you don't need to do anything, right? So you don't need to care about that, because what programming language is used, you don't need to care about that, right? So abstraction is hiding the implementation detail, like where the server is located, what is the IP address for it, you don't need to worry about that, and the user don't need to take care about anything. So abstraction is that hiding the implementation details and showing only the functionality. So functionality is just withdrawing my money from the ATM, right? So there are two ways to perform the abstraction inside Java. One is the abstract class, second one the interface. And abstract class have set of rules. Abstract class can have non-abstract and abstract method. Abstract class can have constructors. Abstract methods doesn't have body. By default the methods are public abstract void. If you declare the abstract, right, you cannot change the scope of abstract method. By default they are public, you can make it protected, you cannot make it private, right? So these are the some rules about abstract class. And you cannot make abstract methods final, right? So you can make non-abstract method final inside abstract class because those are already implemented, but you cannot override them if you make them final. So this is about abstract class. So first you have to implement all the methods, all the abstract method present over it inside a different class, then you can make the object for that different class, not the abstract class. You cannot make the object for abstract class, right? Because this class have the abstract method and you cannot make the if you try to do that, this will be giving error, and it will ask you to first implement these methods, right? If you want to use something, that should be complete. Incomplete things you are not able to use. That's why abstract class doesn't allow you to make the object.
Thank you, Andan.
Okay, so here uh, Yes, Pilar.
Can we have a live example of where we use abstract class?
Live example, just like if you want to perform the security, right? And the live example is your ATM only for whatever I am getting right now. Suppose you log into the system, right? We go to login with the Gmail, right? Or you go to login in your bank account online transaction mode, right? So you can access the details, right? You can access the data, but you cannot modify it, right? So there you can use this abstract class, these methods. You the provider will be only getting the usage of this method, but cannot directly use this class, right? That because if he'll directly use this class, he will be able to modify the data written over it, right? So this is the live, you can say that ATM software or your banking software. Normally if you have security purpose, then you can use this. So abstract class is written like abstract methods. So yesterday I have told that parent p is equal to new child, right? So you will be able to call this method, but you will not able to create object for this class, right? So same thing here. Otherwise, when you will be seeing the usage of it in the Selenium, then you will be able to understand.
Okay.
Because live example are very highly level, we are not able to get it at this point of time, right? So don't. So okay, I'll be starting interface. First of all, interface does not have constructors, right? So someone asked what is the difference between abstract class and interface. Interface doesn't have constructor. By default, all the methods, all methods inside Java, inside interface are public abstract void, or you can say abstract methods. By default, all the methods are the abstract method, right? And by default, all the variables are private, oh sorry, public static final. So what final means, you cannot change the value for that variable, right? And the static means it will be loaded when you make the object for the class, right? And these are the some differences. But after Java 1.8, you can have default and static methods, which have body, right? But this is not our part. If you guys want to explore, can explore it. Okay, so this point, if you guys want to explore, you can explore this. I will share some details, but some blocks, but we don't need to done this at this point of time. Okay, suppose I declare void m1, right? I don't need to write this method as abstract. this is by default abstract method. If you manually write each abstract, you can write it, but that doesn't mean, because inside interface by default all the methods are abstract, right? So you don't need to write this. Suppose I have another method m2. Okay, so this one is, because if you have, if in what happens in abstract class, you can have non-abstract and abstract methods, right? So there is no 100% of abstraction, right? But if interface have all the methods abstract, so you will achieve 100% abstraction. For all methods you have to first declare, and you don't need to provide the implementation over there, right? You here over here, so we will just provide the interface to the user and say they make the object for this interface. You will not able to do that directly, but you will be able to use by using parent p is equal to new child, that I will show you. And here, okay, so now let's try to have one non-abstract method, right? m3, just provide the body for it. You will not able to do it. What will you say? It will say that abstract methods do not specify body, but I have not written abstract because it's already abstract inside, right? So it's by default abstract, so that's why it's saying this. Okay, interface cannot have non-abstract methods after, and there is difference between default and suppose I declare a method static, right? Void m3, this one is the static method, right? This is not giving error because I am using Java 1.8 in my machine, and after from Java 1.8 we can have static and default methods, right? Let's make it default. But this is something different. This is not non-abstract method. Non-abstract method are not this type, right? This is the default, and the abstract static methods are something different. Just explore about it, right? So don't be confused that if you have these methods, then why not non-abstract, right? So non-abstract method are something different. You cannot have non-abstract method inside the interface. How to do, how can I create object for this interface? First we need to implement this interface inside this class, because this is not complete, right? Because just declaration of the methods, we have not provided any implementation. So first we need to implement it, right? I example impl, so we can understand that we are here in this class. I am implementing the interface, right? And if you are implementing the interface, this class will implement the interface. When you are going to implement any interface, like I was going to implement a class, abstract class, so because class combination extends, but if that is class to class, then use keyword extends. But if you are going to use the, if you are going to provide the implementation for the interface, you have to use this keyword implements. This will extend all this method inside this class. It is doing same thing in inheritance, right? But just because of there is a combination of class and interface, so class implements the interface, not extend the interface, right? Okay, implements this one. Okay, it will say that first you need to provide implementation for abstract method, add unimplemented methods, right? So here I will do this. I will give m2. Okay, I'm audible? I was disconnected my. Okay, so this one is the M2 method, right? So here I have provided implementation for this method also. Now I will make the object for this class. Let's run it. Interface implementation M1 and M2. And let me add 2 points. What is this interface really does? Suppose I have some set of rules that I want to, that every implementing class should implement these values first, these methods first, right? Suppose I have a player which has some set of properties. This is just a prototype. What is prototype? That is a rule to follow to everyone, right? So suppose I have a game development, then I want that my player should jump, my player should walk, my player should sit, my player should walk, my player should run, right? So I have these 5 properties. I want that every player should have at least these properties. Then I will declare all these methods inside this interface, and whichever class will be implementing this interface will follow these methods and will implement these methods. Otherwise he will, that class will not able to create the object until it will implement all the methods, all the abstract methods present in interface, right? So if I give you an example to Selenium purpose, that will be not relevant to this case. But suppose I have some browsers, right? I have 5 browsers, like Chrome browser and I browser and maybe 2 3 more browsers, right? So I usually use this one Firefox browser, right? I want that my test case should run at least in these 3 browsers. Then I will define here methods to run inside this browser. So every implementing class to have to write the code for the that browser, or there may be a common class, but we don't take it as an example, but just because the Bilal asked, so I can give those answers later on, so it will be more convenient to do that, right? Okay, so this is the your interface part. Same thing, if I don't implement all the interface methods inside this class, right? If you don't implement all the interface methods inside this class, then I have to declare this class as abstract. Suppose interface has 2 methods M1 and M2, and I don't implement, then I can declare this class as abstract, right? Suppose my class don't want to implement it, then I have to declare it abstract, right? And I will perform then multi-level inheritance. Then I will extend this class, right? And this class will have now only one abstract method, and this will provide to implement extending class, child class, right? And child class will implement this remaining abstract method, because this is already implemented, and that will be able to create the object, right? But until you don't provide implementation for all the methods present, either you have to declare those that class as abstract, or you have to provide implementation for that method, right? So this is the interface. Okay, so now in Java there is a question why multiple inheritance is not supported, because of constructor chaining and the ambiguity problem that I have left over you. But in case of interface this is possible, because there is no constructor in interface, right? So constructor chaining is not going to be create any problem, right? Okay, second thing is my ambiguity, right? So suppose class A have two methods m1 and m2, class B has two methods m1 and m2, and class C is extending m1 and A and B both classes, and both classes have m1 and m2 methods. So class C will be confused which class m1 method it should implement. That is your method ambiguity, right? Ambiguity or diamond problem, right? So in that case you will not able to do that in the case of classes, but there is no implementation of the method inside interface, right? Just declaration of the method. So confusion is nowhere, because if there are two interfaces, same both two interfaces have m1 method, so just declared, right? Now you can implement by to your own, so you will be able to perform multiple inheritance using the interface, right? But this you guys need to explore. I will make a separate video and just follow that, because it's a very famous interview question, right? But this is not part of our case. Why we are not going to learn the Java, right? So we focus is Selenium. So we should learn what your concept cannot perform through Java. Why we need to learn, just explore those topics. Okay, so this was the abstract class and interface. So anybody have any questions in interface? Everybody got it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so now I'll start encapsulation. Why this error was coming? Maybe cannot instantiate. Okay, I was trying to instantiate this saved or not. Okay,
So you have mentioned abstract class in child class.
maybe, yeah, I have to, yeah, that's why, right?
Okay.
Okay, so now third point is encapsulation. What is encapsulation? Is that binding a data into a single unit, right? So method will have that variable and this functionality, right? So just declare it. All the variables inside the encapsulated class will be private, right? Private name. Suppose this class is for student. Let's change the name for it. Student. Okay, int roll number, string name, right? And this will be private, and methods will be public. There are some methods, setter and getter, you must have heard, getter and setter methods. So you don't need to write it manually, just right click, source, generate getter and setters. If Java's encapsulation concept is so popular, Java will create it for you. What this means? These are setter and getter methods. As the name says, setter method sets the values and getter method gets the values, right? So here you see this one is the setter method, set roll number. This method will be setting the roll number, right? And this dot roll number means this one is setting up the roll number to this variable. This one is the global variable, right, which is declared at class level, but this variable is declared inside the method, so its scope will remain inside this method only. So if you will not do this, if I will not assign variable to this global, to this global variable, then I will not able to access this variable, I will not able to access this variable outside of this method. That's why to a global variable I am assigning values in a method, right? Same thing, I will make this also private. Okay, so why encapsulation? Let's try to let's first, I will make a main class for it, and here main, we'll check the main, and here let me explain one more thing, that you can see these variables are private, right? You cannot access this variable through inheritance in a class because this is private, right? And private variables, private methods remain same inside same class, and we cannot be accessed through in a different class, right? Either you perform inheritance, but these variables will be not going to that class, so no one will be able to modify the values written in this class. Whatever values will be written inside this class will be remain same, right? But you can set your values and you can get your values, but you cannot modify for all. Suppose 10 people are using same class, so if everybody is modifying values, so everybody will be able to get his modified values for his own purpose, right? But if someone modifies this, if I'll make this public, what happens? Let me come to do this, right? See, first I have to make the object for this class, then I can do anything. A student obj is equal to new student. Okay, now I will try to set. Here you can see that this roll number is public, right? Object dot roll number, and I can set values for it like 1 2 3. Object dot, you can access the variables as well, like same way you access the methods. Object dot method name, right? Same way you can access the variables as well. So you are trying to set up the roll number value. Suppose I have declared a class student, and I have assigned roll number is equal to 5. Okay, and here I have assigned 1 2 3. Let's see, I will print this, set roll number and get roll number. Get roll number will be a method. Okay, before returning I will print it, right? Sys out roll number plus 5 plus roll number. Now let me print it. Here I have assigned 5, and here I am passing 1 2 3. I have not printed, right? Okay, I have to call that method obj dot get roll number. You can see roll number is 1 2 3, right? I have passed the roll number 1 2 3, and everybody will get the 1 2 3 only. Suppose I make it private, so you cannot access this variable, right? But for your own purpose you can set the values, right? Inside, let me comment this code, object dot get set roll number 1 2 3. Now you will set and get for you only, right? Not for everybody. Roll number is 1 2 3 for you only, just because you have set the value and you are getting the value, right? Everybody will not getting the 1 2 3. Everybody, if he will not providing, everybody will not providing the roll number here, then everybody will getting 5 as a common to all, right? If everybody will be setting up here, then getting that same value, right? So this is the encapsulation. I don't want to access, I don't want any user to access my these variables, but I want that whatever data written over it he can access, he can modify, but not for all. He can modify for his only, right, for him only, right? So this is the abstract class. So making all the variable private and declaring the public methods is the encapsulation in Java. So what it achieves, it achieves security. Security, why? Because I am able to change the password for my account only, right? If I make this that variable as public, password field as public, this that will be changing password for all the people, right? Everybody password will be same changed, right? But I want that my password should be changed. SBI account password is 1234, right? Pin is 1234. Then you will be able to edit only your password, right? If I will make that variable as public, so once you will edit, everybody's password will be edited, right? So why you should not do that? So one more thing, if you are going to change your password, I can maintain any system or log file here. Password was updated inside this. Suppose you 1000 times you will editing the password, so log file will be saying that password was updated every time, right? Suppose I will call this object dot set roll number 1234 object dot get roll number. People ask what the usage of it, that's why we explained that you should able to modify data for your own data, right? Your own data will be able to modify, but somebody else, if you are able to modify, so what is that kind of code, right? So password was updated 123, password was updated 1234. So but this password is updated for you only, right? Not for all. If I will make this public, right, so everybody who after this, everybody will be getting this get method and getting this using this get method, everybody is was password updated, right? So private will update on. So this is the encapsulation. Any doubts? Everybody got it?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for attending today's session, and from next week we are going to start encapsulation, right? Oh sorry, collection. Okay, thank you.
Mandan,
Yes.
do we get any